The High Republic publishing event is happening this fall for Star Wars, and we now have a new accessory to designate Padawans during this time. Sashes. I'm not trying to laugh or mock you if you like the sash look for Padawans. Absolutely not. I just didn't know Star Wars was copying pirate apparel.
You're fulfilling your destiny.
The High Republic publishing event is coming out this fall, and it is focusing on the High Republic era, obviously, but specifically 200 years before Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And we're going to see a wide variety of characters and stories, and see the Jedi at their height. Also, supposedly, there's going to be this huge tragic event and something that absolutely terrifies the Jedi that they all have to respond to, and the kickoff story is what's going to set the mood for all the other stories. So I'm actually really interested to see what this big tragic event is. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about sashes. Although, really quick, if you are interested in learning about some of the new characters that we are having for the High Republic time, we have some Jedi Masters and Jedi Knights little synopsis or character profiles rather that you can check out. I did a video on that, which should be published by now and hopefully popping up in a corner of this video that you can click on if you want to learn more about that. This video, let's talk about sashes. They're so hot right now. Or then, during the time of the High Republic. Now you may be thinking, Rar, sweetheart, babe, old woman that talks to me on my computer, tablet, phone, or whatever device. This is only 200 years before Episode 1, so are they using sashes instead of braids for designating Padawans? And I would say to you, 1, I love you. 2, they're actually using both during this time. So they're using braids and sashes to show that someone is a Padawan. Also, I'm sorry if that I love you was a bit too forward. I have my own, understandably, maybe not understandably, bitter theories on why they added the sashes. If you just want to look at it as a very simplistic, hey, it's something new and a fun, colorful way to show, oh, this is a Padawan instead of just the braid. But the cynical, bitter adult in me, or old woman in me, whatever you want to call me, terrible, hideous monster, don't care, thinks they're doing this so they can sell more costumes and more accessories, as being like, oh, you're a Padawan, join the High Republic, you're gonna need to buy this sash. And it's a way for them to launch new toys. But again, that would be the bitter old person in me. And outside of me, I guess. My theories and why I made this video about this, I just didn't make this video to say, hey, by the way, during the time of the High Republic, Padawans also wore a sash. I think that what is happening, and this is a theory prediction, so please don't take this to heart that this is the gospel truth. I think what this is showing is the Jedi used to be more individual and more about their own style and expression. So if you look at concept art for the Jedi Masters, Jedi Knights, Padawans, their outfits are pretty detailed and not very boring and the same old monk outfits that we see during the time of the prequels. And I have a feeling that during this time, they did have more room to have your own style. And sashes kind of add to that. Show your own personality. You also have a braid, which is pretty generic, or the beads if you are a species without hair. But then the sash helps you be a little bit more flair to it. And then something happens during the time of the High Republic that makes the sashes go away, and we no longer see them during the prequels. So we know that there's going to be this big tragic event and something that absolutely terrifies the Jedi. And I have a feeling whatever terrifying event happens, it makes the Jedi be more authoritative. They are more strict. They're more streamlined. You all look like this, with very few exceptions. We're all boring. We don't have these cool-ass symbols on our robes like during the High Republic. So something happens that leads to the corruption, to the degradation of the Jedi Order. Now, another theory behind this could be maybe this is a transition period. Maybe the Jedi were deciding, okay, we're not going to do sashes anymore. We're going to do braids instead, and that's what we're seeing. But we've gotten confirmation that no, that's not it. This isn't a transition period. They actually do have sashes and braids for their Padawans. So that kind of blew that theory out of the water, which I thought was a pretty good theory, right? Styles change, they make decisions and go, okay, maybe the sashes, they're a bit too much. How about we just have a braid? And they're trying to make that slow transition. But apparently no, during this time, both were in. If you look at some of the concept art and understand that this is, again, just concept art, you'll notice that some Padawans have the sash, but they also have it braided into their hair or wrapped into their hair. So I kind of wonder if that's an extra way for them to show their status or just being an individual and showing that they're part of the whole, but they're still themselves. And you probably have your own opinions about the sash, the Padawan sash, along with the Padawan braid to show their status, which is great. I'd love for you to share it in the comment section down below. Personally, for myself, I don't mind it. If it does serve the story and we get a reason why they ended up phasing out the sash, and for reasons I said earlier in this video, I'd absolutely love it. I just hope it's not something that they forget about or they just brush to the side. We see a reason why during the prequels. Okay, there aren't Padawan sashes anymore. It's just the braids. Why did that happen? And if you don't like my theory of why that happened, let me know what your theories are in the comment section down below. I love tinfoil, so go crazy with it, but don't be like absurd crazy. Like if you actually think the theory, not if you're just saying shit to say shit, you know?
Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe for more Star Wars videos.